What's up everybody, I'm Cash and today we're gonna go through one of my 20-day sketchbooks because I finished it in 20 days. Right, let's do this! So this is the first doodle on this sketchbook, or I don't think so. This is not the one. I think this was the first doodle. I just started out with the skull, and these sketchbooks are just plain good old khaki sketchbooks. Is that what you call them? Khaki sketchbooks, and they just arrive like this. Plain and simple. They're very small, very neat, very clean. But I don't like plain books, so therefore I just went ahead with my ballpoint pen and just started scribbling or doodling or whatever you want to call it. And this is my sketchbook number 1. I thought I'll just start fresh. I just want to complete a sketchbook a month, and that's sort of like the goal that I'm working on. But today is Inktober. I mean, this month's Inktober, and not exactly following that this month, but we'll be back on track the next month. Put the date on my sketchbooks, And this book, right? This book had a rule. This book had one rule, and that was simple. Finished was a rule that was on the sketchbook, because I want to finish stuff on this thing, because I just scribble a lot and I sketch a lot. My drawings are very sketchy. I just wanted to complete stuff, like get it done with, get it over with. So this is the first doodle. The dude, I think that's me. I'm going meta, and this is a wizard with a magical power. Ooh, that is very interesting. And someone on Instagram told me to draw a leaping lizard. I don't know what that meant, so this is my rendition of that leaping lizard. I kind of like this face though. I think this is how you do. If this thing had a voice for the sketch, this is how it says. Bleh. See, it sounds suicide. Did a lot of studies and copying on this one. Dinosaurs. This was supposed to be Godzilla, but turned out to be a very cute little one. Some studies by Joe Mad. I thought I'll stick with ballpoint pens for this sketchbook. Just they do ballpoint pen thingies. But I just want to stay I didn't want to stay restricted. I just want to do a lot of things. But these are like ballpoint pen drawings. This is a bad drawing. See, this is a bad drawing. So is this one. The thing about bad drawings is you just don't, you keep trying. I want to try out. I just want to get this pose, of Bane saying, "Let the games begin," from like that Dark Knight movie. Yeah. And I couldn't get the pose the second time either, but I was like, okay, fine. This is going to be a bad drawing. This is what I wrote on this thing. This is going to be a bad drawing. But I'm going to complete it anyway. Why? Because I'm not afraid to fail or have bad drawings. I'm only afraid to not try. Oh, how so great, intellectual, philosophical of me. And there's another drawing of Bane. Like, I'm just going to draw his face. And this is his face. Some doodles, robots. I usually don't draw a lot of other things other than just like human beings, and like I don't draw much other than human beings. There's like ships and robots, which is I'm not very comfortable with. And I was also inspired by, speak of the devil, Mr. Jake Parker. I was doing a illustration. I was working on an illustration piece for Skull Chaser, and I just want to study that character and see how that works. And it's basically like a skull. That's basically what that is. It's a skull. The character is just a skull inside a spacesuit. Very cool design though. Some ships, doodles and stuff. This is what I didn't want in this book, like very sketchy stuff. But hey, it's there. I was like, okay, I cannot restrict myself too much in a sketchbook. Sketchbook is what it is. It's a sketchbook, not a freaking portfolio thing where people just have cool drawings all over their books, and it's like they make you feel bad. I don't do that anymore. I don't do comparison game anymore, man. Just watch your own road and do your own thing. So I like this character. some fluffy piece I copied off the internet. Then I was like, okay, I want to draw the different versions of it, like this one. And I was watching Kung Fu Panda while I was drawing this one. And this is a scene where like Po walks out of a fog at the end of the fight after defeating Tai Lung, you know, and he got this cool pose where his cape is flying, his hat, and he looks all cool, and he comes out of the fog. It's like a freaking apron and a pen on top of his head. Oh god, that's so funny. So this is a scooter my dad used to ride when I was a kid. Yeah, and yeah, that's a small reminder. And this again, Kung Fu Panda, a badly drawn drawing. Look at the pose; it's so bad. And what I started doing with the sketchbook is that you know, I started sketching at night a lot these days. I kind of like that, like finish my dinner, finish with work, and just, you know, just open up the sketchbook and just draw, man. Like, boom, draw. Look at it, concentration power. Oh god, he's gonna burn me with this focus. I was watching Attack on Titans while I was drawing this. A very good anime, but a very bad movie. I was watching the movie, so yeah, hence it was bad. It was really bad. This is supposed to be a Chinese girl with a kimono, but then doesn't look like a kimono. But you know, she's wearing something fashionable and trendy. She's inside an airport. I don't think that looks like an airport, but yeah. Oh god. Okay, this is a drawing. I kind of like this thing, and this is the kind of work I want to produce. Not the final work, like the sketchy type work I want to produce. You know, just like this was a very quick wind up drawing. You know, I was working on a film. I want to link that in the description below. It's called The Creative Bank Account for Mr. Jake Parker. And I was taking a little break to wind things up. I wasn't able to, I couldn't get the edit right, and I just wanted to take a little break. And this is the quick sketch I whipped out in that moment. Some more doodle characters, starry characters. And this reminds me of that Pokemon, Mud, Slug, whatever that is. So I think from this point on, you'll see a lot of sketchy me. This is where I broke the first rule, which is this book has one rule, which is finished. These are not like technically very finished drawings. These are very sketchy stuff. I was working on a character for a comic book, and that you'll see a lot of that in the coming pages. And this is like a study from Instagram artist, and he had a very cool shark. Are you talking to me? Of course I am, shark. How you doing? Good. Really? How's life underwater going? Not bad, not very good, because you know people are always scared. Okay, I want to stop with the mimicry. Oh god, what am I doing here? Alright, some bearded guy. The point is, oh look, it's like the finger saying, oh, my point is, okay. Very clever, Cash. I've started to do a lot of environment stuff. I think I did too, but you know, that's a lot for me. You know, besides drawing just humans, I'm trying to venture into other different things. This is like a Batman. I want to do a full-on illustration on this. I dig the design. I want to create a very awesome illustration piece for this one. Let's see where that goes. All sketchy stuff, sketchy stuff. See, this is what I mean. I just, you know, this is how I would do it. I just take up the pencil. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to draw. I'm going to practice drawing a very different type, I don't know, or a face. And this is how I do it in these pages type thingy. Thing is, you know, I keep it very sketchy. I don't know what I'm drawing, but yes, this is how I really like to sketch. But this is not something people like to see. But it doesn't matter. I like to sketch like these two. So yeah. So a lot of style exploration. I was inspired by an artist called Kudaman. He had a very sharp, blocky style, which I'm very fond of. Like people like Joe Mad does that, and I was trying to explore like how that fits into my thingy. This is what I was doing on these pages. These are all like bad drawings like this, but I was not feeling like anything. I don't want to draw. And speaking of feeling, if you feel like you don't know what to draw, then it means you don't have anything to say. This is a note to myself. That means your creative bank account is empty. The bank account in your head, your brain, it's empty. You gotta fill it up with stuff, like stuff you want to say. And you know, just if you look inside your hard you're gonna find something that you really want to say, you know. Whenever you feel like you don't know what to sketch or draw, just ask yourself, or like, this is what I do. This is not advice. This is something I do. Just ask myself, what do I want to say? And recently, I've been wanting to tell a story about a hare and a tortoise. Hence the sketches. And it's a cool story. I think you might have heard of that one. Ooh, I think so. Yeah. And there you go, my friends. It's done. My 18-day sketchbook. Wait, I said 20 days, right? I think I finished in 18 days. Not bad. And it took a couple of days off in the middle. Like, hey, good, not bad, Kesh. Thought I would do a very good drawing in the end, but didn't work out. I see. But I did this thing. What the heck? And this page is my goals page. I'm not going to show you what this is. I'm going to blur this out. And but it involves a lot of YouTube drawing, physical stuff, and the personal thingies, and goals for 2016, like the last quarter. Crushing it, bro. And this is the last, okay, shake the table. This is the last doodle on thing. This is a quote by Bruce Lee. When Bruce Lee was feeling down or something, I just heard the story somewhere, I don't know where it came from, but Bruce Lee was feeling down, and he was like, okay, then all of a sudden he had an epiphany. And he took a piece of paper, I took a pen and just wrote walk on. That means just walk on. And that's what this means. You know, you're done with the sketchbook. Now what do? You walk on. You're done with this thing. You throw this away and you move on to the next one. Yeah, that's what you do. You create a lot of other cool stuff. So yeah, I'm on to this sketchbook right now. So from this point on, I'm gonna try and finish one sketchbook a month. Yeah, I'm just gonna try, man. Like, you know, complete at least one sketchbook. Okay, I'm not gonna say at least. I want to try and complete a sketchbook a month. I may not be able to do it, but I'm gonna try and do it and see how that goes, because I just want to improve my drawing volume and, you know, improve my skill. And yeah, that's pretty much been it for this video. Hope you liked this. You know, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up or something like that. You know, share it with your friends. I don't know, do all that cool stuff. This camera is about to fall. This falls. I don't have another camera. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow or day after tomorrow with another one. Later. Okay, got it.